guys, Les here with Rudimental Gardening. Going to do a part 2 and a follow-up for my grow bag comparison video. I'll click a link or put a card up for the first one that I did, but it's been about 8 months now since I did that one, so I thought I'd share some of the things that I observed over a couple of growing seasons with the grow bags. So let's get started. Okay guys, here's my small spring garden / summer garden that's going to be evolving pretty soon. Like I said, I've been using these bags for the last 8 months, and I want to point out some things that I've observed during this time. I'm also going to include the original grow bags that I've been using for years, which is Viva Sun. So we'll touch base on that. But if you look at these, you'll notice they're all pretty discolored, right? And I didn't wash these bags in between grow seasons. I just left them the way they were, and pretty much just revitalized the soil in the bag and replanted as needed. So I wanted you to see how they held up without being washed. I know a lot of people do wash them in clothes washer. If you have a washer that you can do that, that's great. That it does work pretty well. I've washed bags in the past, but it will clog up your filter, so you're gonna have to keep an eye on that. After every wash, you need to check your filter, or you're gonna have some drainage problems. However, so let's get started. This guy here, this first one, I have some cubanelles growing in there. It's doing pretty good. But this is Ace Infinity bag, and it's just a thicker material, really. It's got these grommets on there, so you can, tie a trellis to it or something if you like. I just use these bamboo canes, and they work fine for me. It is a thicker material, so it doesn't drain quite as fluid, I guess you'd say, as some of these others. But I think it's a good bag, and I really don't have any complaints about it. I do have these saucers underneath my grow bags, and I have a couple of videos on that as well. I'll put a link to those down there as well. These are 7-gallon grow bags, by the way, all of them, except these large ones on the end here. Those are 25-gallon. But so this guy, I don't really have any complaints about. As with any grow bag, you have to water them more frequently, fertilize more frequently, and you need a container on the bottom to contain the water that does drain out, so you're not wasting all the leach minerals and fertilizer that is released. But it also discolors the bag, and if you have hard water, it's even going to be more pronounced, right? So, but overall, I think that's a good bag. I don't recall what the price was on those, but again, I'll have the link down in the comments. This next one, which is here in the back, and I have another one right here. These are raxley, I think. May be pronouncing that wrong, but again, I'll put it down in the comments. This is the one that has the liner on the inside, and I actually have one of these emptied over here. So this is it, and it's a 7-gallon. So Raxley is W-R-A-X-L-Y. It has this liner right here on the, like the top 2/3 of the bag, and then it's just regular felt after that. What's weird about these to me, when I was using them, of course I would water most, my water regimen would be the same across all these bags, but this one never did really drain much, and I'm not sure why. And I understand the having this liner here, I'm not going to get the side drainage, which is the purpose of it, so that the water goes down to the main root mass. The concept is good, but if it's not draining properly, I have to question it. Also, if I did put water in the saucer underneath to bottom water, it never took the water up. So it made me think that it's just not real porous, and maybe defeat the purpose of air pruning. If this liner is preventing water and air from getting in and out of the bag, that's the whole purpose of a grow bag, is to induce air pruning of the roots. And so, I have to question that. It is a nice bag. I mean, it's built well. Handles are stitched on really well, double inserts on the handles, and it holds up really well. It's very rigid, holds its shape, but I have to question the functionality of the grow bag, right? So I don't know. Y'all have to leave a comment below if anybody uses these bags. Let me know what you think, and if you've had pretty good outcomes with these. Now, as far as how the plants grow, I can't really complain. Here's a celebrity tomato in one, and again, you can see it's pretty discolored because it's probably holding a lot of water. And that was another part of this, was I never knew, was the water really being retained, or was it seeping out when I wasn't around or something? I don't know. But here's some banana peppers in the back. Scoop this one over a little bit, and it's got peppers on it, and I've harvested quite a few. So as far as the plant growth and everything, I can't complain. It's just, is it really doing the air pruning process? If it's not doing the air pruning process, you could just use a cheap plastic pot, right? So that's my observation on that. Now, the next one is the rain science, and that's this guy right here. And this is the one, and I have another empty pot over here. You can see this is that mesh one, right? And it's basically a mesh material that's coated in a plastic. And I really like the structure of this bag, and I had great expectations for it. You can see it has a lot of discoloration from the leaching of materials, right? And the reason these seem to have more of that is because they drain much quicker than any other bag by far. So if you don't have something underneath it to catch the drainage, you're going to be wasting a lot of material, especially fertilizer, and any nutrients in the soil are going to be leached out. So these are both rain science here. You can see they both have, all three of these really, and they're all highly stained from the leaching. So some of the good things about it is it's a durable bag, and it holds up well. It's made well, and it's made here in the United States. As far as the plant goes, this is another celebrity tomato. It looks really good. And this is a poblano pepper that I planted late, but it's growing and it's looking good. And actually, I got one behind it. And this is the AC Infinity bag right here. So if you look at this plant, and then you look at this plant is bigger. It's got more flowers on it. They were planted the exact same time, watered the exact same way, and maintained the same way. So that might be, I know that's just a one-on-one comparison here, but it's obvious this plant is more prolific than this one, right? So here's another celebrity tomato in the Rain Science bag. You know, like I said, the growth is good. Got tomatoes down here. So none of these bags are bad as far as the growth of the plant or the productivity of the plant. I can't really say. Yes, some may grow a little better than others. Is it a huge difference? Maybe not. But this could be, as like I said, these are still young plants. As this continues to grow, it might be exponentially, different once they get to be fully mature. But I'm still going to get fruit off of this. So you make the change or make the decision and see if it's a difference that you would consider if purchasing one of these grow bags. The other grow bag that I was using and have been using for years, like I said, was the Viva Sun. And this is the Viva Sun. Again, another 7-gallon. These are tried and true, well made. Not as thick as the others, but they drain well. And this is a grape tomato plant. I've already harvested quite a few grapes on there. There's some back there in the back that are getting ready. Here's some up here. There's a lot of green ones on here. So this is the 25-gallon. I got 2 celebrity tomato plants in here. I did have some pest problems on this one though, with tomato hornworms. For some reason they liked this plant, so I had to remove those, and I haven't had a problem since. But again, got tomatoes on there. So I know Viva Sun works well. I've used them for years, had plenty of success with them. I was just curious to see if these different manufacturers of different types of grow bags really made a difference. And the only one that really made a difference was that Raxley one with the inner liner. It's kind of hit or miss. However, when I get done with these plants at the end of the grow season, I'll be taking these plants out of the grow bags, and we can compare the root system, right? And we'll see if it makes a difference as far as how the roots and the air pruning aspect of it is impacted. So keep an eye out for that video. It'll be coming up in probably a couple of months, and but I'll send out a notification about it. So let me know what you think in the bottom comments. There are tons of other grow bags out there, but I was trying to focus on ones that are made structurally different. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.